music, R&B, hip hop, pop,
I still get you.
reggae, EDM, indie, old school,
Side. Check it.
and sports talk.
Right here.
WorldStarHitRadio.com.
Capri Suns.
It's Thursday and Benny's back, everybody. Let's welcome Benny back.
Welcome back, Benny.
Welcome back, Benny.
Did you miss me?
I did.
Oh, you did.
I did.
How you gonna have a show? This show without me? And you was like, "You coming?" I was like, "I'm gonna try to make it." I ain't
And then
heard
you
from-
call us.
Next thing I know, you was like, "Welcome to."
I didn't have time to wait. You said you were going to be
Welcome to the
here.
Inspirational Lifestyle
You said,
with
I'm going to
Stacey
let
J.
you know if I'm
Anyway.
coming. And I said, okay. And you never came and you never called.
Nah, you ain't called me back. What's up? We're all back. Y'all thought Stacey
Welcome to
fine.
the
Out of
Inspirational.
all the times,
Welcome to the Inspirational Lifestyle with Stacey J and my co-host.
Benny Pitts.
And he's back and he is just, we missed you. We missed your funniness. We definitely missed that.
How was the show last week?
The show was good. You know, I had Charlotte Wilson from Girl Skin in here. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was. See, I needed to be there because I'm trying to get into
Well, you should have been here. That's exactly. You should have been here.
Make it.
Yeah.
I was too busy with your assistant.
You know what?
I didn't call her back though.
You know.
No, oh, not like that. I don't mean like that.
Well, what else the audience supposed to think? Insert here, you know. Anyway, so I haven't seen you in 2 weeks, so tell me what's new.
Oh man, just been working. I'm doing a new. I'm hosting a new showcase called The Real Plug. Indie showcase. It's like R&B. It's like a low budget show time at Del Palo.
Okay.
I'm hosting.
You gotta
it.
start somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm actually working on an independent film called Buy Here, Pay Here.
Okay.
It's about a father left his car dealership, a buy here, pay here.
to
His
son.
son said we run into the ground.
Okay. Right. That sounds real interesting.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like on Netflix or something like that. So
Right.
it'll be on Netflix.
I don't know if it's gonna make it to Netflix.
It's gonna make it to the net.
Right. It's gonna be.
It might make it to
It's
the
gonna be
internet.
like WWNet. So, I don't know about Netflix.
You might get an app where you can see it.
Right. You know, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But what else?
You always not gonna. What else did I
No,
do?
because you come on here all hype. You just getting back. You're supposed to ease into it.
What you know what? I don't know what you want me to do.
Because I think you played me last week, so you wasn't here. Because you called me and was like, you know what? I'm coming. You know, I'm sure I can make it to nothing.
No. I said I'm gonna try to make. I said, Stace, I'm gonna.
What
really
happened?
try.
I'm not gonna make it.
I was trying to make it.
I was sitting here to the last minute, like 5.
Okay, you really be missing me like that? You
No.
make me feel special.
I'm
You know
just
I'm dark
saying that
skinned,
if
too.
you're supposed to be here, you're supposed to be here.
Okay.
So, anything else?
Working on an independent. Got the new. Man, Stacey, it's been 2 weeks. So much happened, and it's been kind of a rough 2 weeks too. Just been working and trying to stay afloat. But it's been a good 2 weeks.
Well,
God
working
is
sounds good.
Huh? Staying busy.
Right.
So what did I did something else. I can't remember. Well, I can't say it on the air anyway.
Oh, Lord. Well,
How are your 2
yeah,
weeks?
let me talk about my week. Last week I attended the Uptown Professional Working Women Empowerment Dinner, which was really amazing. It's nothing like being in a room full of powerful women. And they were honoring different women. Like I can't remember their names, but it was a lady that had retired from Bank of America, but she still sits on so many different boards. You had the princess. I don't want to butcher her name either, but there was a princess there from Nigeria.
Okay.
Thea Washington from the mayor's office. It was just a room full of great, beautiful women. Everybody was, just socializing and things like that and changing cards. It was just a real amazing experience. But I saw myself
Table
there.
full of bosses.
Yeah, boss. Chicks.
Balls. Boss women.
Yes, boss chicks. But, I envisioned myself there before. You know how when you start to you want to change your demographic and things like
definitely.
that. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be here. And then when I was sitting there, it was like a surreal moment. I was like, oh, I made it, But it was just
Did
real
you cry?
positive energy. No, there was nothing. I've done that before.
Okay.
But it's good to continue to be able to do that. So I did that. My weekend was... I went to the expo, the Atlanta Women's Expo, where Charlotte had a booth and stuff. So, I mean, just kind of enjoyed the weather and went to Hell's Chicken.
Oh, okay, cool. I saw on who went to Harold's Chicken on the TV show, and I thought about you. The Ricky Smiley, the brat went there with Gary, and I thought about you. I was like, I didn't start going there. Now that's my spot. I go like once a week.
Yeah, so we went down there. So it was, pretty low key and stuff. And everything's been really busy because, we're gearing up for the Live 365
I'm proud of you.
tour.
I'm proud of you.
It is.
I see you kicked it off on Facebook.
Yeah, you see I try to do a little video every day and stuff. Instead of me typing up some of the quotes I do, it's like, you know what? Let me just do the video thing.
And sometimes people look for that. A lot of people don't like to read.
Yeah.
But when people visualize, I include them
You like,
myself.
while she wrote another quote.
But when you visualize it and you get them hits with people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me personally, if I'm looking for some inspiration, I'd rather watch it.
And I do them real quick because nobody want to hear you talk all day, but it's just like quick, to the point, food for thought, you know, some tips to maybe do something different in your life. And I get off of that in my little room at the station.
You know what? We both moving, Stacey.
Yeah, progress.
We both progressing. I remember when you was talking about the 365. Now you got it.
Right, it was just a hashtag. And then it was like, now it's an event. And I'm like, well, we're moving on up. And I'm so excited about it. And it's just some amazing things happening. People, I have ambassadors now. I have...
Can I be an ambassador? I live 365.
I'll think about it. No, but I have some ambassadors, some amazing ambassadors that are helping with the event that believe in it. Tia Norfley,
wow,
the first African American female NASCAR driver. Awesome. She's an ambassador as well. So I'm looking forward to. That's a NASCAR
driver. We got her on the show. So, what's up, Tia? What's up, Ambassador Tia?
You know what? So. Yeah, my week has just been busy and blessed and all that and stuff with a little bit of, hiccups, but I'll be like, let me drink some water.
Man, I had a lot of hiccups in these last 2 weeks, but I made it through.
You made it through.
Man, I went to get my brakes done this morning. Let me tell you guys, I went to get my brakes. I'm just thinking it's a regular brake job. A regular brake pads turned into brakes, rotors, calipers.
And a transmission.
Transmission.
I need a new car.
They gave me the bill was $1,000. And
as soon as you just paid it off, it's like now you got to pay some more.
I'm like, Lord Jesus, but hey, he made a way.
He made a way.
Right, you gonna say hi? Won't he do it?
Yeah, when he do it, you got to bask in that moment real hard. But we got a wonderful show lined up tonight. We have Carla Stevens, and she is the from Mother Funders on Bravo, and then we have. Steve Harvey Bachelor. He was on the Steve Harvey show as a bachelor.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Cool. Aaron, and we're gonna have him on the show.
So he's gonna talk about what it's like to be. I'm a bachelor too, so we can
You can bond.
Yeah, we go hear to hear about being a bachelor.
Okay, well you can talk to him about that. I won't talk to him about some other stuff, but we'll leave those questions to you. So when we come back, we'll have Carla come in and talk a little bit about her human trafficking initiative that she has. So we'll be right back.
Peace.
Oh, don't be touching the mic. And we're back to the Inspirational Lifestyle with Stacey J and sometime Benny Pitts. We have the beautiful Carla Stevens in the building. She is from Bravo's Mother Funders, and she's also here, more importantly, to share some information about human trafficking. She is an advocate. She is an ambassador. She is a celebrity face for human trafficking, and that is something that a lot of people have heard about but not really done any research. And also I hear that Atlanta is the hub for human trafficking, even Sandy Springs where I was living. And so I went to a fundraiser one time at someone's house and they were doing it, and when you sat there it was like, wow, really, this is deeper than what you think. You see things like that on TV, like a movie, but to be in a room where there was a survivor, you know what I mean? And it was like, oh my God, how much do I have? What can I do? So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is just amazing to have World Star Hit Radio have me here on such a subject that can seem taboo. And I will have to step out and say, particularly in our African American community. So for me, this is huge. This is amazing, and I see it as a big step for what I believe I'm now pressed to do, and that is raise awareness for we say human trafficking, but the bottom line, it's primarily sex trafficking. It's selling our children as sex slaves, and it's happening here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really sad. I brought some statistics and some documentation. And first, I definitely want to say that thank you to Wellspring Living, who asked me to be their celebrity brand ambassador. Going on TV was huge for me, but it was also important that I stay true to my platform, my missions, and what I was always doing. And prior to going on TV, I had spent 6 or 7 years, at least once a month, going out to exotic clubs, walking the streets, talking to different girls. And right now you may not understand that connection, because there are some girls that are dancing in exotic clubs, that are dancing in strip clubs, that are actually being trafficked, that are being sold for sex. So I'm not talking about the ones that are turning up, they're getting their paycheck and getting their pay on. Right. I'm talking about there are those who are there that, and you may not know it, but sitting in the other corner is their pimp. So
Wow,
I would go once a month into these clubs just to be a resource for the ladies prior to going on the show. So I said all that to lead up to Wellspring, for them to allow me to be there. They wanted a celebrity brand ambassador, me personally, for a couple of reasons. One, they wanted people, influencers. You know, we use celebrity, but it really is those who can influence.
Yeah, definitely.
And then secondly, it's because our community, African American community, don't realize and know that they primarily service our girls.
Wow.
And when you said something about restoration, until you've seen one of these young ladies restored in the process is very hard. And they believe that it will help in their restoration if they see people who look like them helping and working towards them. And right now, a lot of their help, a lot of their services does not come from our people.
Wow.
So I am here as a celebrity, but also as an African American, to say that it is our young girls that are being sold.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Real quick? Why you think it's our community? Why you think it's African American females? Why you think we're a target?
All children are a target, but a focus here, it's a lot of African American females here in Atlanta. I'm going to say for Atlanta, it's a known fact because of our airport, Hartsfield International Airport.
This is the biggest
because
airport.
of the stop, the biggest airport, because of the different stops that stop here. Now get this. Now there is proof that majority though of the buyers are 48 and older, probably Caucasians. So they are called the buyers, but our girls are being sold. So the percentage, I mean, this is something that's affecting all nationalities and ethnicities. The focus here, you know, Atlanta is this huge place. It's mega for African Americans. It's mega for a lot of things. So here in Atlanta, it was almost natural that the numbers are large in African Americans because of the influx of African Americans here. This is the city, the culture, the life. So, but this is a hub. It's not. Don't make a mistake. It's not just African American girls, but we are in Atlanta the least to support and to provide resources in the restoration of our girls that are being sold into into sex slavery.
And I know that when I went to that fundraiser, it was a Caucasian man that was presented in, and what the fundraiser was for, because they were creating jobs where once they were restored, saved and restored, that were able to give them a job. So whatever talent they had, like if they made bags, if they made T-shirts, they would put the money into them to teach them the craft, like the way they need to do, and then make the product so they can have an income, because they don't have money and that's all they know. They could possibly go back or get caught back up in it. So he was raising money to be able to give them jobs once they're, recovered.
That resources to help them live afterwards is important. This is the breakdown in the system. It's changing. The governor here has done some major things. Just recently passed a bill. There's a House Bill 770 that's been passed. There are a lot of things that are working for good now. But unfortunately, there was a study done, and what's happening is that the girls were being punished more than the perpetrators. So they would have records, and so they couldn't get jobs because now they've been charged for prostitution,
right?
Or petty theft, because a lot of times they're on the streets and they don't get that money.
Right.
See, they're not getting that money. A pimp can make anywhere from $32,000 to $33,000 a day.
A day?
Yes, that I failed to tell you that. That's why this is fastly growing.
Wow.
Listen, and it's hard for me to say this sentence without crying. Most people, you don't see me cry about many things, but when it comes to children, I'm very sensitive when it comes to children. But one of the reasons why this is a fast growing, what I call disease, is because when it comes to cocaine, or when it comes to heroin, or when it comes to pills, the supply runs out.
Yeah.
You can't smoke the same crack over and over again.
Right.
But one girl
Can go a long way.
in one day
So they
can
got
be used
little girls
over and over. There have been girls as young as that I know personally have been 7.
No.
Oh my God.
7. The average age is teetering between 11 and 14 now. So yeah, it's young girls that there are men that fly into our city because they can get tender, fresh meat.
Yeah.
Sometimes in our airport, in a secret place where they can go in and have oral sex with them. And there are a lot of cases. I brought some similar, some signs and things to show, because there are some cases that have happened here in our city. And the reason why I chose these is because I want your viewership to see these faces. These are African American males. When I was growing up back in the day, you know, with my brothers and some of his friends, it was to be a drug dealer. You know, that was the thing if you couldn't get money. But today, our young men, I think he was 22, they are going to become pimps now, because they can make that much money in the day if they take your daughter and put her on the street. The number one way where they scout your children, if you guys are listening, I want you to pay attention because awareness is everything. The number one way they scout your children is social circles.
Social media or
social circles. Parents have to engage. It's another reason why it's happening so easily now, because we're in this state now where there are parents who are not engaging, because kids, this generation, they want to be free and they want, you know, I can choose my friends, I can go over here and I can do that. But I'm telling you, the number one way is scouting. I had a girlfriend who shared her story with me where her 2 daughters were just at the pool. And this is how it works. There's usually a girl with the men that they send over. She looked like she was their age. She came over and was talking to them and asking them, well, what are you doing this evening? I like your hair is so pretty. I like your swimsuit. And she actually was sent to be bait for those girls to get with her and hang with her and the men. But her daughters were smart enough to say, you know, no, my mama's like around the corner and we have plans to do something else. But it's the social circle. So I want to talk a little bit more about that when it comes to awareness and things you can do. But I want to get back to this. I want you to see this. This was just recently here in 2016. 2016, where this guy was arrested in a motel in Athens. And he actually was selling a girl in there, you know, over and over and over for sex. You know, they call it prostitution, and that's another guise. But what it is that they're sex. Your kids they're selling girls. I mean, they're having little girls to have sex over and over and over again for money. They're stealing them off the streets, and it's called human trafficking. It's called sex trafficking. So this guy was one of them. So here, it's upside down. They were arrested, 2 men for what, a 14-year-old. What really tears me up, it should not be happening anyway, but it's our men selling our girls.
Yeah. They have no respect.
No respect.
And I always tell them, think about your daughter. Would you want somebody doing this to your daughter?
It's not about that. It's about the game. It's about
the money.
All of these are upside down, so apologize. It's about the money. Because when it comes to politics and legally, for a long time, a pimp would only serve a year. You know,
are you serious?
1 year. So you could go, you know, the thought pattern is, why sell drugs and go for life? Then I can sell this girl and get a year. They just recently changed some policies now, and they've been sentencing now for 10 years now.
Oh, okay.
You can get 10, but you still could go sell drugs and get life.
Right.
Or you can go armed robbery and get life, but then you have pimps taking people's daughters, selling them, and if they don't get out, they end up dead.
Yeah. Is that a girl?
They end up dead. Yes, she was a bait. She was this girl was used
to be the
by him to get other girl. And this was in Forest Park, Georgia. He was 39, I think she was 23. And they had she was a 17-year-old female occupant is who they had. These two had a 17-year-old. Wow. And they were selling her over and over and over and over and over, making money off her. And a lot of times they tell them, you keep going until you pay off your debt for me. But they have no plans on letting them go. Which is why I love organizations like Wellspring Living, who do work to restore and rescue girls out of this slavery. And right here, Lawrenceville, pimp. Self-proclaimed. Yes, king of diamonds. Listen. This is our community. That guy you think is all. I'm not trying to sound cool or anything, but you think he's on fleek and he has the latest J's and he's down. Dude could be pimping your daughter.
Yeah.
Bottom line, he could be pimping your daughter. So I wanted you. I'm raising 2 African American boys, and it hurts my heart to put this up because really right now I'm fighting for the world to be better for them. I want to advocate and I want to push and uplift our African American males. So it was really hard for me to do that. But there are those who are ills to our society, and they are tricking our daughters because most of those relationships, they don't snatch them off the street. They start with some type of internet relationship. They think that they're their boyfriend. So your 14-year-old daughter may really believe that she's in love with a 14-year-old male on the internet until she decides to meet him somewhere after hours or where you might even agree. You can go to this party with your girlfriend and you're going to meet, but then they end up, and I have a situation that I was a part of where something like this actually happened. She thought he was a boyfriend. She left her mom's house, and he put her on the streets. We looked for days trying to find her to save her because there's a process if you can get to them from the time that they're taking that you can save them, because there's a process. And I learned this. I was trained by a pimp, one of the trainings that I went to, and they talked to me about the breaking process. And I hope this is not too graphic. I'm sharing it because I want you to understand, for those of you, some people think it's just sex, and that's a part of the problem. We're so desensitized to sex, and we're so desensitized to our children. Listen, this is to my community. Our girls are not hot, fast girls on the streets trying to live that life. Most of the girls that we find, they have been molested, they have been raped, they have had something going on in their homes. She didn't just leave that house because she wanted to. There was a reason she ended up on those streets. We have got to stop putting down every little girl you see on the streets who's dressed nice, wearing a tight dress, is not some girl trying to be fast. You don't know her story. We got to stop doing that to our young ladies. You don't know why she's on that street. But what I want to do with my cause is raise awareness so you can stop and think, why is she on this street? Why is she with that older man? And start to think that there's something wrong about it. But there's a process and a training I went through with this pimp many years ago, and this broke my heart, because one of the first things that they do, he stood up and he told her, he said, you know what? So you know how I get your girls? Because, like, you know, back then when I went to this training, you know, some families still can't afford. He said, the first thing I do is I take him about them J's. I tell them about those J's that your parents can't afford. I'm going to get you those LeBrons that your parents can't afford, because they know that's going to get them out the house and stuff.
My mom couldn't afford it.
Yeah, there are families who can support. You know, so many kids get so many things now, but there are families who can't support it, but the kids want it. So he's on the phone telling her, you know what, I'm going to get you those J's, I'm going to get you those LeBrons, I'm going to get you all these things that your parents can't afford. And so gets her, but as soon as he gets her, he puts her in a process called breaking. And what breaking is they take her to a room or a hotel with 2-3 men, and they take turns breaking her, literally breaking her, having sex with her, letting her know, we know where your family lives, that if you tell, you'll be killed, you'll do, and this sounds like a movie, but this is what's happening. It's real life. It's happening in our city. So, I mean, it's a horrible, horrible disease, and we have to be aware of what's happening. We have to know that this is happening.
And it's good that you are taking the initiative to do this, because you don't hear about it, I don't hear about it as much, but you definitely don't hear it from us. Because you don't and I was just watching the news not too long ago. I don't know if that was one of the cases I made a couple of weeks ago, where the mother was on the news talking about how they lured her daughter. She was gone for weeks, but she was able to go. You know, I didn't hear what she had did, but I know she recovered her daughter. So, you know, you don't think about it. And when I went to that fundraiser, it made me aware. So, you don't drive down the street like, what's she doing outside? You know, and I was in a parking lot one day, and there was a little girl in the car. Her mother went in the beauty supply store. So I just get in my car. So this man comes up to the window knocking on the door, and he's saying a name. So I was like, I'm not pulling off yet. So he's saying a name, but she's not opening the door. So I'm thinking, he's like, girl, why you playing open the door? I'm like, stranger danger, you know. I waited till the mother came back out, because he walked off and got in the truck, but he was sitting, you know, right across. And I told her, I said, I waited till you came out because it was a man at your car. I didn't know. And she said, why you didn't open the door for your uncle? But I'm like, just the fact that she didn't open the door made me nervous. And I was like, I'm going to get some license plates. I'm going to have to jump on his back. I'm going to have to do something, because I would never been able to forgive myself for not doing something.
And that's what awareness does. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was saying this too. I'm looking at the guys she's showing us about my age, 22, 25, 26. When I was growing up, not to say I'm 26. So when I was growing up, like, being cool was the dope boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I remember like the dope boys used to ride and the Impalas with the rims, and the little girls that was trying to be fast like 13. They're like, hey, pull down your dress, not like. Cover yourself up. You don't want to live this lifestyle. The dope boys used to tell the young girls that.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want this lifestyle, like, what the strippers and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now that, like, to see, like, a young 22-year-old is putting, like, 14, like,
Pimpin'.
I don't understand. That's my era. And I still, like,
Right.
like, when I was coming up, that was never even.
Right.
It's a new money. I want to correct something because I was talking, but it's actually $32,000 a week in cash. Not a day, $32,000 a weekend, because I don't want nobody to be like, whoa, yeah. So, but that's what that the pimps can make. But you're right. It's a different season. It's a different timing. You know, generations are different. You would like to think that they're smarter about certain things like this and that they're protected, but unfortunately when it comes to the heart, when it comes to relationships and social circles, they are just not that smart. You can think that they're grown, but it's scientifically proven that they're still developing in their brains.
Yeah.
With the part that when it
Smartphones,
comes
dumb
to when it comes to making life or death situations or decisions of brevity, they need adult influence. They need you to engage, because at the end of the day, if I'm on social media and I think this is my man, and we having a relationship and we've been having it, they're patient, 30 to 60 days.
Right.
And now it's time to meet up. At that age, probably 70-80% of the kids are going to meet.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line. They don't know that on the other end of that internet or that connection, that this is a predator.
Yep.
Yeah.
That this is a predator. So
Wow, that is crazy. Just
it
like
really
you say,
is.
like, no matter how, like, girls today, they're like 14, they got titties, they got big booties. Boy, no, I want
Titties?
to. I'm just saying, like, I want to.
those would be breasts.
Breasts. Yes, breasts.
I'm sorry.
Breasts. I'll take boobs before titties.
Right. I mean, like, they said like a cow.
Do we need to go on a commercial break? I'm messed up. No, I went to a high school basketball game. The boys were like 14, 15. They're like 6'3", 6'2". I'm like, what?
It's the food.
I'm like,
hormones and
what
stuff.
are they eating? But they still have a mind of a
Oh,
child.
absolutely. It takes a long time to mature, and it takes longer for men. So they get in that situation. They may think they're smart, and got it together, and then they get in a situation like that and don't know what to do.
I'm 20, and I'm 5'2". I'm like, why,
You are
Lord?
not 5'2". You are 4'11".
on the screen, on camera,
No,
I'm
when you
5'2".
stand up, you're not much taller. Carla, I want to ask you, because I appreciate you giving us all this information, because that was one of the things when I met you at LaShawn's health fair, is you talked about, and I'm like, I really want to have you on the show, because me going to that event made me aware. Because before you see it on TV, taken, and things like that, but then you know it happens, but you feel like I'm not close enough to make a difference. And then when you find out it's here, and it's so close to your home, it just makes you more aware. And like you say, why is this girl, on the street? And that's why I talk to a lot of people. That's why I'm very social, because you never know. You may be talking to somebody and she winking or something you don't know, and that could be your moment of truth. But I want to ask you a little bit about Carla, because we know the celebrity, we know the ambassador for this great cause. But who is Carla? Like, before the fame and all that, what was your dreams, or are you living them now? And what challenges did maybe you go through getting there?
Wow. Before TV, I tell people I was already a celebrity, like in my neighborhood. Right. And because I long time ago, I made a decision that I was going to live the best version of my life possible.
Yes.
And so just, my dreams and who I am, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a business lady, I'm a sister, I'm a friend. There's so many parts to me in every area that I'm involved in. I want it to be the best version for me. And, I tell a lot of people I've done the work that's required to be Carla, because life is about the life you create. Right. A lot of people think that it's just going to happen. But at the age that I am now, where I am is the life that I created.
Right.
So if I am where I am now and I created it, I got to be happy in it.
Yeah.
I got to be enjoying it. So before television kind of came along, I honestly, I was living a superstar life in my book. The superstar in I live with 3 men, my husband and my 2 boys. I was running a trucking company, 2 trucking companies, Stevens Transportation Services and Rockstar Trucking.
All right, I like that.
Yeah, I actually started Rockstar Trucking because I wanted to be able to perform missions with my trucks, and because a lot of human trafficking takes place at truck stops, and my drivers would come back and talk about lot lizards, and I didn't know what they were talking about, but they referred to those girls as lot lizards. Yeah, so I thought, you know what, I want to do something, so I said I'm going to start this company and just work to associate it with missions. So, be it a businesswoman is something that's always somewhat of a serial entrepreneur, always starting business. My mantra in life is this: knowing who you are helps you reject who you are not. And so every day of my life, I either spend enjoying who I am, or learning something new about myself, so that I can reject all the BS, because the world.
Are you preaching? Are you perfect? She sound close.
No,
to
but
it.
it goes back to
I'm the perfect me.
Oh, right.
She's perfect. You heard it here.
No, but I totally get it, because with Live 365, it's like living every day.
Right,
and like you say, now every day is important. No matter if I have adversity or something happens, I still have to appreciate the day and keep growing.
And I like having that question from a 26-year-old, because, and this is going to sound crazy, but who makes perfect the standard? Because I think a lot of people throw out that perfect thing as an excuse, as the fact to say, because
let me just F up or mess up.
Well, yeah, no, because you're used to judging yourself against other people. I don't do that. She's not my competition.
Right.
I'm my own competition.
Right.
This is the life that God has carved out for me. I've gotten in tune with Him, and I'm working every day to figure out how to live that at the top.
Your own fingerprint.
So
you're not looking over the shoulder. You focus on
and that's the problem.
We would never match up.
Yeah.
Perfect. Your perfect wouldn't be my perfect. So I am the perfect me. In terms of the life that I'm being,
I'm just saying.
and different people, and I used to do that. I'll catch myself saying, "Well, I'm not perfect." Okay, but we understand perfect is not the standard anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not. It's life is really about creating the life.
Yes.
I'm 4'11",
that
so.
you.
But on camera, I'm 5'2", so that's perfect.
Right. So you gotta embrace the perfect short you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm fun size and I'm bite size.
The thing about it is, you're talking about stuff that there's an answer to. Because for where I come from, the Bible says you didn't give you those 4'11", so you can't add or take away from
Well, I'm about to have knee surgery, so I can add 3 more inches to my height.
Go right ahead.
And I'm doing yoga. I'm gonna be taller too.
Go right ahead. And I stretch myself
joking.
at night all the time so I can be. I've been there, done. That's a part of life. Though.
No, I'm just joking. I'm actually you know me. I'm comfortable with my height.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I was a little taller.
But it doesn't matter if you're not comfortable. I'm not sitting here saying I'm comfortable about everything about me, but that's who I am.
Yeah.
And my quirks,
and
my flaws, and it's just about accepting who you are every day and rejecting who you are not. Like, you can't pay me some days to eat Brussels sprouts. I know I don't like Brussels sprouts.
I don't like Brussels sprouts neither.
All right, well, good.
I'd rather eat lemonheads.
So when I reject Brussels sprouts, don't be offended at me, because I reject it, but I just know what I like. So, I mean, that's how listen, people really get mad when they meet people who know who they are.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Word.
Yes, they do.
Word.
Think about it. It's always something that they got to say about you. And like you end up saying, well, ain't nobody perfect. And it's like, but I'm me. I'm who I am. I'm with, sometimes, compromising, like marriage, you make some compromises. However, I can't change my character, who I am, meaning to get better. But if I'm a person that's like me, I'm animated when I talk and I get excited and stuff like that. For somebody to say calm down, it's almost like I
feel like I'm in a box when you tell me calm
I'm like,
down.
that's not who I am.
Just like you with the Brussels sprouts, I don't want to calm down.
Subject, because now marriage, I've been married 23 years.
All right.
Okay, so.
I guess you have to go on commercial. Eat the Brussels sprouts every day.
No, I'm not. But I'm not the person I was when I got married at 23.
Right.
Right.
So there was some growing. There was some some things that did change. But the things that did change came as a result of me figuring out who I was.
Who you was, yeah.
And I was able to get rid of all that. So, you know.
How do you stay married 23 years?
How do you stay married?
23
By
years.
knowing who you are so you can reject who you are.
Because you wake up and be like,
first of all, no.
You were just here yesterday.
You staying married, there's a percentage. I mean, I don't even like to look at the other person because the first thing you got to do is, like I said, knowing who you are.
Yeah.
You got to wake up and say, I'm married.
Yeah.
I'm married. I'm not single.
And you got to make choices.
I'm married, not
woman.
single. So one, I know that I'm married. So guess what? I'm rejecting singleness.
Not single. Okay.
Okay.
I would need like 20 minutes just in the mirror. I'm married, and that's what I chose. And that's what I chose to do.
You're not ready.
No, but that's the opposite. If
Help me, Jesus.
If you are single, then guess what? You're not married.
You're
So
not
you
married,
should
yeah.
be rejected.
But you know, there's no in between because when you single, people be like,
If you get married, then you shouldn't want to see other people. Otherwise, what was your purpose of getting married?
I'm with you, but there's really no in between because when you single, you might talk to a lot of people, but you be long. I don't know. It's a lot
You'd be lonely because you don't have a real solid relationship.
It's a lot of loneliness. Then when you marry, you like with this person. You want Brussels sprouts? We had Brussels sprouts yesterday.
No.
We eat duck on every Saturday.
Marriage and being single is all about dynamics.
Yeah.
And when you meet the right people, whether you're single or married, different people cause different dynamics.
Yeah.
And you stay single or you stay. It's about the dynamics. I personally, I'm one of those people who believe that the majority of the work that's done, really all of it, is done on you.
Right.
I've been married 23 years, and probably 10 years of those marriage, I didn't know what my favorite movie was. Because the way I was raised, I pretty much was subservient, and anytime it was time to go to the movie, it's like, well, honey, what do you want to see?
See, my favorite movie is Argentina. You know what I'm saying? I know my favorite movie,
Yeah.
but I'm still single.
I didn't know mine. I didn't know mine. I had to do the work,
Right.
and I kept. It was just sometimes it was just easy to let him pick the movie. It was just easy for him to pick, but I had to do the work, and if I had to say, well, dang, Carla, what is your favorite movie?
Yeah.
So when I started to do the work, I mean, it's not like he rebelled when I said, well, no, I want to go see this. No, he was happy. He was like, dang, baby, I'm so glad you picked the movie.
Right.
I don't know
I'm
if
so
because of
glad.
my size, but women usually tell me what to do. They used to say,
Yeah,
you
it's your size.
want to eat this,
It's
you
your
want to
size.
watch this.
No, that's your energy.
What?
Knowing who you are helps you reject who you are not.
No, but like I don't want to get beat
No,
up.
well, that's the energy that you put out.
Women
So they
that
be
are
looking at
abusive.
me.
You gonna get it.
We gonna need to get him help.
back.
But before we get ready, we gotta get our next guest, Aaron, on, because Benny will talk to you all day, girl. Your husband be like, baby, where you at? So
Eating
tell
Brussels
everybody
sprouts.
to support the initiative, to pass on information, and if you know someone that is experiencing this, how can they get in touch with you?
Actually, you can get in touch with me. I'm on all social media. I am on Instagram as The Real Carla Stevens. And I'm on Twitter as I am Carla100. And of course on Facebook, I'm Carla Stevens. I also have a website, therealcarlastevens.com. You can contact me through that. Or you can email me directly at bookcarlastevens@gmail.com. I've started an initiative called Celebs Against Human Trafficking, and we're really looking for influencers big time to get involved with this initiative. You can email me if you're interested. I'm looking for influencers to host awareness events all around the city. I want to take over this city with awareness so that parents will become aware, so that teachers will become aware, so that everyone in this city will be aware and make it hard for some John to fly into our city and rape our daughters.
Yes.
So I
would love for us to start. You remember how to catch a predator? Like catch them in that moment.
There's
like,
actually a
Sting.
Georgia they've been doing something now called Unmasked. And what they're trying to do is also get the buyers to serve time also. So now they've started this initiative where they've been catching and exposing the buyers.
See, when you expose them, boom.
Yeah, that guilt.
Our city is doing some things, don't get me wrong, but we need our people to stand up. We need to stand up in a big way, become aware, and do what we can. Organizations like Wellspring Living, they need our support, they need our resources, they need money, they need clothing, they need jobs. So you guys can go to wellspringliving.org to see the different things. I actually bought some of their pamphlets. I'm going to leave here with you for your guests. And I'm an advocate for this organization. I've seen their facility, They help young girls and older women, and they have Thrive Academy. It's a program where the girls actually get to go through, get educated on business, and graduate.
Oh, that's awesome.
They have companies that work with them to help get them jobs, but in order to keep going, they need resources. So if you're listening now and you have resources, please contact Wellspring Living and see how you can get involved.
Absolutely.
Or just volunteer.
Okay.
And awareness doesn't cost you anything, but it can save a life.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. So
Yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah, I didn't even get to talk about the apron.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I brought
You bought me
these.
an apron?
Well,
Oh, no, you don't want this apron.
That's for you to give away.
Oh, I
to
thought it was mine.
one. I thought I gave you
Oh,
one.
you did.
I didn't give you.
The
Okay.
Oh, you did. That's being
The
greedy,
T-shirt
right?
is yours.
The
The
t-shirt.
Yes,
apron.
What did I get? The
On my
Do I get a
on
pin?
No, that's not
underwearcarla.com. This is a part of my
This is
my
cute.
lifestyle initiative, serving up sexy, because every woman deserves to be sexy, even in the kitchen.
Hello.
So.
It's like
It's
a
like a
dress.
little black dress, it crisscrossed in the
Yeah.
back.
Valentine's
Can
Day
be
coming up.
worn with or without clothing.
Yes.
Yes,
You should put
Madam
it on without
President.
clothing?
Yeah, because it's like a
Madam
little
President
dress
said
in the front. And
So they don't have to wear nothing under that.
No.
So you guys can give it's your serve.
I guess
Okay.
it comes with a
I'm going to tell
dessert.
y'all how to win that.
Okay. And I brought to give away, it's a journal, Be More, Do More. I believe that as women, we are more than females, we're more than our bodies.
Yes.
That we were created to be more than wholes.
Okay.
I didn't say holes, I said whole, like whole. And that,
She
that
explained
if we
hers.
can be more, we can do more and we can see more. And I think ultimately all of us want the world to know us for who we are inside also.
Yes.
So we may look good on the outside and we flaunt it and we use what we have,
Yeah,
but
but
we
it's
want
more.
the world to see that there's more. So I have this journal. I put a little bit of my sayings in here that I live by, and that's what's on my shirt. I know who I am, I know that I matter, and I know what matters, and knowing who you are helps you reject who you're not. And then some notes to yourself in the back. I'm really, really big on identity.
Yeah, me too.
And so this is a journal for you to make notes to yourself and anything that's going to help you on your journey to identifying who you are.
Oh.
So I will
Back
give
to
you
the
that. Oh, you want the
let-
naked
let Aaron
apron?
come on?
The apron.
The
I mean,
naked
can Aaron
apron.
come on?
I'm not
What time
modeling
is it?
for
It's like,
you.
no,
I'm not modeling.
I was not going to
I'm
ask
not,
that.
Benny's not going to let her go. So we're going to go to commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have
But since
Aaron
she brought it
on, and he won't probably have those many questions for Aaron. We'll be back.
She brought it up.
And we're back to the Inspirational Lifestyle with Stacey J and Benny Pitts, and we having a good old time in
Yes,
the
we are,
building.
we are, we
I
are.
mean, he done got in, gave us a tutorial on his,
On his name.
because you know I'm bad at butchering people's name. So I'm like, how do you pronounce it? And he said, well, let me give you a tutorial. So give us that one more time.
All right, one more time. All right. So 3 ways we can pronounce this. In Britain, in England, they say Cottrell. All right? In Jamaica, they say Cottrell.
Cottrell.
Cottrell, right? And then I moved over to the States and they say Cottrell.
Cottrell.
Well, at the Stacey J and Benny Pitts show, we're going to call you Aaron C.
People trying to sound bougie. Yeah, Cottrell. You know they don't say that.
He went to Men's Warehouse and he said, I'm gonna get a tutorial for my
Don't
name.
start harassing podcast. You just bad because you don't dress like that.
Hey,
But
when I'll be able to afford it, I will.
okay, but it's coming. It's coming. Well, welcome to the show, Aaron.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Sure.
definitely. I want to talk about a little bit. I know you were the Bachelor on Steve Harvey, that show.
Whoa.
You are a business mogul
It's moving. in the right
and a
direction,
real
yeah.
estate, everything, and just to have your hands and all that. And on top of that, you're a humanitarian. And you speak and you do all these wonderful things. So tell us about, we're going to start from the beginning. Let's start with Steve Harvey. How did that come about?
Did y'all see the show?
Did he get your name right? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to say that.
You got your hand. Okay.
All right, I got mine.
Yo, Steve keeps it real.
Yeah, he keeps it real.
Yeah,
But no, I mean the show was incredible. Did you guys see the show?
No, I didn't see it. Honestly, I didn't. No.
Oh man,
Is that the one when you went out with the two girls?
With the
and
two
they were
twins
acting-
with the
yeah.
blonde
Oh
hair?
my God, I hate you.
You would have been a perfect fit, actually.
For real?
Yeah, what?
Because I'm small? Because I'm fun size?
Well-
Let you ladies know.
Well, but no, it was an interesting experience. I mean, to get treated in that way
Wow.
over exterior appearance, I mean, number one, it hurt,
Right.
personally, and then number two, I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, yo, you need to get yourself together. You can't be treating people out here like this, So it was a good experience from both angles.
Wow.
Okay.
So the women dumped you?
They stomped on us.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, it was rough.
Oh, wow.
Did it really hurt? Did you really feel like that?
I mean, here's the thing, like, I I thought they would at least be open to the fact that, hey, you know what? These guys got great personalities. I mean, I try to give them the real essence of me.
Right.
You know? And for them just to be like, nah, bro, it's not working.
Right.
It's not.
Now, did they know who you were?
No, they didn't. They didn't know who I was for sure. They dressed us up, had a fat suit on, had all this makeup on us.
Oh, well, I didn't like you either. No, I'm just playing. No, so you were transformed to look like someone different.
It was.
Okay.
It was.
Because if it was you, you would have been bagging.
Probably.
That's what you trying to say? So you just get all the women like that?
Well,
basically, you know. Oh, you need to hang out with him, huh?
I know. I'm with him.
But no, I mean, it was to be treated in that way, you know, and I think it happens to a lot of people that, you know, they'll go on a date and that person will be more into the exterior focus of how much money they have and, you know, how they look and not really get time to really seek in and see what's going on within.
Right.
So,
that's crazy.
You know, that being in that environment, I was like, yo, this feels kind of weird. This is like,
right.
I need to protect my pockets right now.
Exactly.
You know? But,
oh, wow. But that's a wonderful experience. And that's true that people go out and it's like the surface part.
Yeah.
And then I say people hook up and then realize I don't really like you as a person because you didn't take the necessary steps, because we know physical is definitely there. You gotta look like something. However, I need you to have something more than just this, because as we know that fades. I want you to keep yourself together, but I also want to know that you're gonna support me. You know, we're gonna do this for each other. We're gonna support, we're gonna love, we're gonna grow together, and you know, and we're gonna work through it. But if you just trying to, you know, date just to, you know, casually date, then I say be honest. The girl may be with it.
That's it.
Give her the chance or the option to say, you know, I'm cool or I'm down with it. I wasn't looking for nothing serious either.
And here's the thing. It wasn't like I was that far off. All they had to do was
a little bit.
Well, work with me a little bit, get me into the gym. All right, take me somewhere I can get my face all fixed up. I would have been the perfect product.
Word.
You know,
women today, they need that ready right now. That instant. They don't do lasagna no more, dude. They do hot pockets. You know what I'm saying? Hop in 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's ready. You know?
So yeah, it was a very interesting experience. I learned a lot from it.
Wow.
You know, the part that I didn't like about it, I didn't like the way the public pressed on the twins. You know, they caught a lot of heat from it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big
superficial.
Yeah. And here's the thing: you can't judge anybody. I mean, everyone's got their faults.
Got their type. Got their type.
You know what I mean?
We just talked about that. You can only be the perfect version of who you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you're from London?
So Nottingham.
Nottingham. Okay.
That's close to.
I heard of it.
Yeah, 2 hours away from London.
Do we need a tutorial for that?
Well, Nottingham is 6 miles from there.
We only got several minutes for this interview.
No, so it's a small town 2 hours away from London, south of London. And, you know, it's known for Robin Hood. You know, and it's just got a great vibe. I mean, really rich in culture. It was England owned Jamaica at one point, so there's a lot of
Get out of here. That's a tutorial. I didn't know that.
Oh, you learned something new every day.
See,
that's why you're on the show.
You,
Appreciate it.
So yeah, so it's enriched with a lot of Caribbean culture, a lot of African descent there. So you know, I got a lot of good background growing up there for the first time in my life. Yeah.
And that's good. Now you've been here 20 years.
20 years I've been in.
So you, what do they call him? He's not a peach, is he?
Oh no.
But what is it? They don't call nothing for the
chicken wing. I don't know.
You've been here, you know, for 20 years
He's
now.
a native.
You know, and you're a luxury real estate consultant.
Right.
Wow.
You a former athlete.
Former athlete, played in the Canadian Football League.
Okay.
Wow. What position?
Played outside linebacker.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did it all.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It was interesting. That was an interesting time in my life because you know, I had such high expectations going to the NFL.
Yeah.
And you know, draft came about. Draft day was here. And you know, me and my agent thought, you know, he came out of a small school.
Word.
You'll at least go in the 7th round. You know.
Word.
And you know, that day I had my family at the house and. You know, I had a son that was to be born. And,
wow.
You know, we was riding on this, like we put everything into it. And, you know, we didn't get a call. And that day it was just such a lonely, dark day. You know?
Yeah, because you're hoping for it. Like, they're going to call me and this is going to be it. But
like
you bounce back.
Yeah.
You bounce back.
So good news is, right after that, I went to go try out for a Canadian football team. And they said, hey, we'll bring you on. So had some good times up there.
A lot of white women, huh? No, he said Canada. What?
It's Caucasian.
Whoa!
You know this white.
A lot of snow bunnies.
You know what?
What? I'm gonna give you a tutorial for that.
You know what?
I don't know.
Hey, he like,
It's
hey,
very
man.
cultural. It's very
Thank you. That was very professional. Sometimes Benny just loses his. Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah, I get
Yeah, I
it.
have Tourette. Sometimes you don't know what I'm gonna say.
So now, what do you like? Do you have any projects that you're working on? You know, anything?
Oh my! Well, first I have to give all praise to my team. I mean, you know, between Kia, Rico, and Crystal, they've just been absolutely moving in a fast pace to really get things moving for the whole brand, and
That's dope.
you know, really developing a platform to where we can impact the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
big.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So true.
Yeah, and we talk about that all the time. Is that you're not, first of all, meant to do this life alone, professionally, personally.
Word.
You know, none of that. And so it does take a team. You know, if you're the only person, like I'm doing the empowerment event, which he's an ambassador.
Oh, big props to you.
Everybody but me.
Big props.
Why
Big
You know,
props.
but I'm saying,
You do
you
me
wasn't
so-
available when I was looking for
You
ambassadors. I think you were out of town. You was in TI video, something.
You
and
treat
I was
me like a
I-
house nigga.
I had,
See, I think
She-
you know what I'm saying?
I said Nick. I didn't say the whole thing.
no, I give you privileges. You know?
Oh, you get privileged. You
When
get
you, see, when you tall, got an athletic body, they just give you. I didn't want the short dude.
No. His team, my team, reached out to his team, and then it became a dream. You
Well,
know?
what about
Like
my
that.
team?
I like that.
I don't nobody.
I'm on the bench.
Who I'm gonna call you? That's your team.
Shit, bro, you so
I
tight.
told, he got the real official movie camera. I can't even get my people to come in and hold up my cricket.
Well, you see, I have somebody to put up my phone.
At least you got
you need a team. You need a team.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
But no, that's really important. And if you do have the real camera next to our camera and doing your thing, so are you doing a documentary?
Yeah, well, you know, with just the way we want to project everything, we want to be in a professional light. So Rico's been doing a great job putting everything in such a organized way. And you know, when we're putting things out there, we want to make sure people take it on a serious level.
Yeah.
We're trying to do
That's
big
dope.
things here. So you know, we felt like we had to come together and invest in some equipment to make it happen.
Yeah, it's
You know?
definitely good to have your own equipment because, you know, sometimes you have to go outsource, but you're like, I just might need to buy me a camera
Yeah.
and pay somebody to do that because branding is very important to have your stuff together. And
So
that's
true.
why anything that I do, I'm like, my son's a graphic designer. I'm like, I need you to do this way because people look at your stuff and they go,
Yeah.
I mean, she may not have a budget, but it's like, could nobody do
Yeah.
you know do
Yeah.
a little something? So but I just appreciate the people that I have, you know, Raven working with me
Yeah.
because I was a personal assistant for celebrities for years.
Wow.
I was comfortable being in the background, everything, and then when you find your purpose, and it was like, you sure you want me in front of the camera?
You
I don't
got
know
a
if
face
I'm,
for it.
you
You
know.
got-
Then
yeah.
now I really enjoy it, but I was nervous at first. But my thing is, I've been behind the scenes and now being in front of the scenes, and then your brand is growing. You need help,
Yes.
and I just want people that believe in the vision,
Yeah.
because there's gonna be some ups and downs, and if you believe in it, then we can make it grow.
That's
But if
it.
you just coming on like I think she knows somebody, she know Aaron, so we're gonna try to work with her. I don't want
There's
those
got
type
to
of
be passion
people.
involved. Definitely
Yeah.
passion involved. And then on the other side of things, you know, I'm full time in real estate too. So
Wow.
you know, the real estate career. You know, what's funny?
How's
is
that though with the market like
The market's in a great place.
Yeah, I heard it is.
Yeah. It's a perfect storm right now with the interest rates so low, all right, and then the inventory being so low.
Really?
Sellers are winning at a high level.
Wow.
And buyers are being able to get a loan at such a low rate.
Okay, I want to buy a house.
Let's go.
It's gonna take me about 10 years to get my credit.
Right? No.
I got some.
But if he's still around,
I'm sure they have something. I think he does
Yeah.
luxury, but he may have some
Yeah.
you know, lower income
or
property.
maybe I can just put something down. You know, maybe I can just put
You
something
gotta
down.
start somewhere.
Yeah.
And you
That's
know a
true,
bunch of
that's
Mexicans,
real.
they can
That's
build
real.
something for me right quick.
That's real. We'll go to the east
Or
side.
foreclosure.
He said, "Why it gotta be the east
Because
side?"
it's more affordable real estate there.
You know?
He said, "We go to. I want to live in Roswell. I live in Roswell now.
Oh.
In apartments? Did
No, I'm a house nigga. I stay in the basement.
you say it now? That's a fine $5.
I stay in the basement of a white man.
He's a
You know,
I can only come upstairs at certain times. What's up, niggas?
That's so funny. Again, I'm like, God, I can't
Hey,
believe
y'all
it.
have to cut that out.
It ain't gonna be cut out. You gonna mess me up for sponsors.
I got a question, man. You do a lot, especially for young black men.
Yeah.
And to me, it's inspiring. I mean, what can you tell like young black men that's doing it? Because I see, like, I'm 26. So, you know, I consider myself right now chasing my dreams. I'm doing a little something. Stacey always give me some praise. But I see you doing it, and I see brothers like you, and I know a lot of brothers. Then I see my other friends that say, bro, I just can't do it, bro. It just can't be done. The man holding his back, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Zimmerman selling his gun, you feel me?
No way. You need a new
But, you know,
Yeah,
what can you say positive to the young brothers that's coming up? You know what I mean? You do it all from, you said you play football, to your real estate, to, you know what I'm saying, you rubbing shoulders with celebrities. What can you tell these young brothers, you know, to keep it going, man? Keep it pushing?
Yeah, I mean, you know, a big thing that I want to represent is possibility.
Right.
You know, and just the possibility to do anything you have in your mind to create that you want to make it happen, it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest message I would like to get across to all young people is that, you know, if you have a vision, focus on that vision and just make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, there's outside factors that are going to keep us down. You know, and you know, but the force that, and I hear Joe say this all the time, but the forces working for us are a lot stronger than the forces working against us.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we just put that momentum in that, it will all come together.
Yeah.
You know,
That's real.
it'll come
Changing your
together.
thinking. Changing your thinking. And it's harder than it seems sometimes, and that's what the Live 365 is about, living every day.
I like that
You
too,
know,
yeah.
we tend to wait till weekends and vacation, and it's like, okay, when that happens, I'm really going to be happy. And it's like, no, you got to be happy today.
gotta
So
create it.
whatever that is, I tell
Yeah.
people, if you want a bowl on the Tuesday, get a margarita on the Wednesday, eat a Reese cup on the Thursday,
Whatever it
because I
is.
love the food. So I'm saying whatever that is, because
Right.
like you said, the good things that happen in life are really more than the bad. It's
Yeah.
just we concentrate on the bad so
Yeah,
much.
so true.
So some good happen, you like, thank you, Jesus. And then now some bad happen, you like, oh my God, what am I do?
And you
So
get
you putting your
consumed in it.
energy in the wrong direction.
So true.
And so it's hard, but you gotta choose to do it.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing my videos, you know, every morning,
I've seen
giving
it.
a little tidbit of advice and
Look at
stuff.
you,
but-
Stacey.
Yeah, I'm
Being all
I'm doing it. I'm all
inspirational.
spiritual. I'm doing that.
Inspirational.
I like it.
But you know how I'd like to tell people I'm not a coach, because someone asked me today, are you a coach? I said no. I'm an inspirational lifestyle maven.
Yeah.
Meaning that's a person that really they are connoisseur in what they do.
Right.
So I'm not coaching anybody because they have to do the work, and I ain't got time to be trying to give you a workbook and tell you do this, and the choice is really yours. I'd rather give advice. I'd rather give tips because I'm a product of my life. So I'm only speaking on stuff that I know. Like I can't tell you anything that I don't know, so I don't want to go do this, do that, and you should do this.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what works for me, and if you try it, it may work for you.
Yeah, just speaking from your experience.
Right.
You know,
Aaron.
and, yeah.
Next question. What's next for you, man? You seem like you done it all.
No.
Done it all.
Not even close. There's so much more to do, and you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, I'm still working on it. And,
Word.
you know, the next step, which is a sincere step, is to be a creator of change.
Word.
And on ABC, The Bachelor.
Oh.
Oh,
You
no.
going? You said you're going?
I'm gonna go out and audition. We've been in touch
Now,
with
go
the-
to Match Made in Heaven.
Well, I mean, I like that one too. You know what I mean? But I want to say change to a platform that they haven't seen a black guy on The Bachelor.
You're right. I was just about to
Word.
take that back
You
and
know?
go. They haven't had
You
a
know?
black bachelor.
And we deserve that. And I want to create a new dimension of a black man at that. You
Word.
know,
Because
so
if I'm not mistaken, they have black women on there,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's not fair.
well,
But this is America, so we know how it goes.
So yeah, that's the next place. And you know, I am in that time where I'm looking for love too. You know,
Word.
You know, but there's so much that I have to do to even get to that point. I'm taking it one step at a time.
So what is that? What is that? I'm just
You want
what
me
is
to
it?
sit back and you can take
No, I'm just hey, we bonding right
Okay,
now.
y'all know the bond.
So what's the date? This is Atlanta. They say it's 21 to 1. Especially at Follies, it's like 30 to 1.
You know-
They're like 42 to 1.
You
No, I'm
know
just
what?
playing. But what is the dating scene like for you right now?
I mean, it's one of those things where I guess it's all relative in one's person. I'm very selective. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I need to touch everything that I can have.
Okay, wow.
You know, so
He's like, wow.
that's interesting.
Man, please. I got the Midas touch. iPod touch, Midas touch, anything.
That's why you got what you got.
Hey,
I told you.
A hard time. What you talking about?
It only took a week and it cleared up. I told you.
What's he even talking about?
I took a shot.
know what?
They said the doctor said I'm good.
You might not want to sit back home. What's that right there?
oh no.
Okay, see, I
Right.
accidentally
Right. So The dating scene, right?
With dating scene,
Right.
and you just said something big because most dudes want to knock down everything you know what I'm saying? Everything that's female.
So each his own, you know, that's what some guys like to do, hey.
Right. So
You know?
you're more particular.
Very particular.
Okay.
Very particular. So, you know, I mean, is the dating scene good? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's Atlanta. We've got a great scene.
Word.
You know, entertainment, we've got 21 to 1.
Word.
The statue you said, right?
It's the truth.
It's the truth, okay? So,
You
I
did
mean,
a census.
sorry, ladies. Sorry, that's tough for the ladies, though.
Yeah, it is.
Jeez.
Is it really?
I don't know.
But no. I know you're in a relationship, but a lot of females that come here are either married or they're single. Like, I don't know what to do. I've been single for so long.
Because they keep running into people like you.
Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry. You a good guy.
They got love for you. They got love for you out there. You know that.
But you were saying, what was you saying? You keep cutting them off.
So no, this in the sense of being selective. I mean, right now, I am serious about moving on to that next step where I
Like
can be with
marriage?
someone. Well, hey, it's step by step, right?
I was like, don't say the M word in here, brother.
Step by step.
That is
So you know, just looking for that realism in the relationship, you know, and have someone that can understand the movement that we're looking to move on and can support it. Because I see, you know, when I look at Barack, he's someone I admire.
Word.
When you look at Barack, you see Michelle there. She's a strong post.
Yeah,
You know,
she got them curves. She could be my first. She could be my first and last name.
You know what? I mean, just say, you know, just let Michelle be.
Yeah.
No, so you looking for that partner, like that
You know, that
teammate.
yeah. I mean, I've done what I need to do. I mean, you know, I'm 32 now, so it's time to move on to that next chapter.
The maturity. Remember we talked about that? Like when you get to that place in your life that you want to change it. He's a comedian, so he's kind
I
of.
joke a lot, but it's,
I'm talking about you in the nightlife a lot, and so sometimes you know if you're not really ready, you have all these women hanging out and stuff like that.
Right.
At 26, I think you're still kind of learning yourself.
Yeah,
But he would be great to come to Meet My Types event that I host for a gentleman named Timty, and I think Timty is from Nigeria or something like that. But he has it's called Meet My Types, and you register to come, so it's an even number. So if it's 20 women, it's 20 men. If it's 30 women, so he tries to make it even. But you have to do a registration where you fill out your information, and he does a love resume. So it tells you a lot of compatibilities that you have, things you like, and it tells you a lot about yourself. So it's a conversation piece. Because, sometimes we say the same thing over and over, and it's like, you tell me who you are, and then you tell me all the BS. So it gives you a conversation, and you can actually switch them with the person if you like, or you can just, talk from that. And then you talk to them about 10 to 15 minutes. Normally the conversations, people want to have them longer, and then they make notes. And it's like, okay, so this person, this. Then you go to the next person, and you talk to them. But after, you feel free to talk who you want to. But he does the resume to kind of say, okay, this group and these guys and these females kind of have some compatibility, but you talk to whoever you want afterwards. If there is a connection where someone's made really great notes, then he'll make the connection, send them out like on a coffee date or something to talk a little bit more, because you don't want to do nothing too invasive like dinner, and it's like, maybe awkward, you're like, I don't like her. So the concept I really liked, and that's why I wanted to host it, because I believe love still exists. I believe it is harder in cities like Atlanta, but I think a lot of people don't know what they want, and the ones that do are connected with the wrong people. And like Carla was just saying about spirits and energy, you don't notice sometimes you attract certain things, and you're like, well, I keep, attracting this type of person. Sometimes you got to look at yourself, Benny.
Just do that in there.
You see it?
And that's funny you said that. I mean, I think that's an amazing experience for people to connect like that. I'm still kind of old school in the sense that I like organicness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tinder and all these sites that are going on.
Man, I'm the same way. I
It's like-
was on every last one of them.
But I'm saying I would like to meet a woman, I don't know, jogging or
You don't jog.
hypothetically speaking,
You gotta
it's
do
about
what they
him.
do.
Back to the organic. I'm with you with the organic. You should have hated this real.
You want to get a jog and go jog. You want to go shopping or something like that. It is an
Organic, like
organic
you said.
thing. But I think where the dating events are coming up heavily is because people are saying they can't find anybody. So it's not happening in the grocery store anymore. So if you're going to have something, I don't like speed dating. And I mean, the similarities in it is you do talk to somebody for a certain amount of time, but you do have, some type of blueprint.
That's true.
Telling you a little bit about yourself and about.
So what's the ideal place would you like to meet your woman at? What would you think the ideal place?
Ideal. Jeez. I mean, I guess the gym would be a good place,
Okay.
right?
You know she's working out.
Yeah. Church would be a good place.
Well, not all the time, but they in there twerking for Jesus, for real.
You know what?
I seen somebody in church going,
Oh, you was throwing dollars too, huh? You went on there.
nah, not in church.
No, okay.
I thought about it though. Church to gym.
You know, airport's kind of cool. You know that they travel.
Yeah,
travel,
airports,
you know.
yeah.
Grocery store, see what they got in their buggy. If there's
If they
something
not
healthy.
cook, 'cause they got the boxes.
Yeah.
the
They got the
boxes.
frozen, you know.
But
so,
what if a woman don't know how to cook? What if you meet her and y'all connect on everything, but she don't know how to cook?
Well, do you?
No.
Well, then you can go be a creep. But no, I think that you should learn too, just for yourself, because now you're single, right? I think.
Yeah.
Being able to cook for
You
yourself.
can't answer that clearly.
Wait a minute, she watching.
Yeah.
I'm saying you should be able to know. I taught my boys how to cook, so they know how to
Respect.
cook. Because I wouldn't want
You
them
cook?
in the street.
You know, I cook for nourishment. You know what I mean? So
No, so that's enough.
so,
What?
Survival.
What?
Survival.
So
Do I need a tutorial for that?
the chicken breast and broccoli all day.
Okay.
You know?
Word.
You know, so I keep
Yeah, I can
it
do that.
basic.
You put it on the George Foreman. The broccoli with it.
I am good at breakfast
Yeah.
though. I will say that breakfast I can
Right.
put together. Yeah.
A mean omelet.
Yeah.
So ladies, Aaron is here. He's single. We're gonna speak it into existence. You're gonna be on a new Bachelor. And,
Yeah.
and
I like
put
that.
a good word in for me so I can be on the next season. I'm gonna do a couple of push-ups. I'll be on the next. Stacey, what?
I'm just not going to say it because I really had something to say, but I said I'm going to leave you alone.
You've been thinking you've been on the road. What do you want the people to know before we leave? What do you want the world to know, man?
You know, again, making it, you know, with all the negativity out here, I want to always keep people on the positive side of things. And even if it is a negative, how can we turn it into a positive and allow it to influence us a better way? You know, everything's a learning lesson. So, I want to represent that. And coming from a cultural background that I came from, I want to be able to touch all sides of it. All social economics, all ethnicities, you know,
That's real, man.
everywhere.
That's what I said with the show. The goal is global, not just
Right.
local. And with being internet, you can reach so many.
true.
You know, you can say, "Hey, my friend in Nigeria, turn me on," or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's bigger than just us. And I know you want to touch where you are first and spread abroad.
So true.
But you know, hey, if they ain't listening here, I got somewhere else to go.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
because you have family in different places
Yeah.
and people like the Live 365 movement. So I had somebody call me today, like, "Are you coming to DC?" I'm like, "I can," you know.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
like to choose cities that I have some presence in, or I know somebody there, so I can have somebody say, "Hey, you know, kind of do the work, you know, there." And that's where a team, or even having people that believe in your vision,
So true.
that will help you get, you know, what you're trying to get done.
Yeah,
So
you're doing a great job of this, Stacey.
thank
Very
you,
good
and
job,
I
yeah.
appreciate you again. The Live 365. You want to be an ambassador?
Yes. I'm doing a lot of good stuff in the community.
Like what?
I like shoot. a lot of stuff.
The Live 365 is positive, so I don't know.
Stacey, I am
I can have
positive
you.
though.
How about you come and do a set? You know, like do.
It has to be
look
clean.
comedy.
It has to be clean.
Well, come on now. Can we talk about living and all that? You always mess up the show with your stuff.
It's
I
for
do a
women,
set.
so you got, you know, we got to empower.
I do a
women.
set. I
Yeah.
empower the women.
Okay, see, and I'll do you a flyer.
I empower the women. I do.
You know what?
I
That's
do a
okay.
set
That's
during
okay.
the show, then a set after the show.
That's okay.
For the ones that's there for the men.
No.
For the men.
And we do have like our men to support, but of course when you do women empowerment things, we just gonna flock out. But I appreciate men coming, being there as the backbone, because we know when our women are inspired and empowered, then their kids, our kids, and then the community.
Yeah.
And so when you look at Michelle, you see that. You see that she's down for her man. You see that she's down for her children and her community, and she's
Right.
always doing something. So hats off to her and any women that's out here that's empowering other women. That's just the thing now. I mean, I'm hoping everybody's doing it for the right
Yeah.
reason.
Wow.
But we need it. We need to minimize the problem, maximize the solution. That's my take.
Well,
on it.
Aaron, thank you for coming to the show,
Absolutely.
my brother.
Don't end my show.
No, I'm just telling him thank you. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much.
And
man.
good luck to your endeavors.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to use a bigger
Trying
word.
to be chewing gum and all that.
Get the vocal.
You know what? Tell us how to, if anybody want to get in contact with you, you know, your
Absolutely.
social media, your website, and all that.
Yeah. So Aaron Cotterill Consultants. That's the name of the
I can
business.
smell it under your arm.
No, I was sweating. I was dabbing.
Out of here. Aaron Cotterill
It's the
Consultants
hats.
is the name of the real estate business. Aaron Fit Realtor is the IG, and last thing Cotterill, COTT
Oh,
Right.
Lord.
Tutorial.
ERAL.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you so much. We look forward to.
Tell us something bad about you. You told us all the good stuff. You get angry and yank somebody up. You beat up a homeless dude. We want to get some, some TMZ. Some TMZ.
Yeah. Oh, bad. Damn.
Tell us something bad about
Look, he just walked.
See, everybody
He just
Inspirational
walked
Lifestyle.
down like him.
So I walk the dog. I jog 12 miles a day.
No, I'm still being worked on. You know what I mean? I still got things I still got to
The
get.
lady
right?
said, I'm perfect.
You sound like a little hater.
Miss Carter said, I am perfect. I said, damn.
No, I just like we just discussed. I mean, everything that I do see that could be a negative, I just turn into a positive. You know what I mean? So it's hard to really say. I mean, but I know one thing that I do sometimes that I'm working on is procrastinate.
Yeah.
I can procrastinate.
Everybody do that. I'm talking about I'm talking about the dude you robbed in '95. That's what I want to know. When you jump with your homeboys and hijack the car, you know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing, though. All the people around me, all my boys now are getting into some serious situations in relationships. So it's kind of leaving me isolated. So the trouble that we used to get into, he's in here. The trouble that we used to get into.
You know what? Stop trying to drag something out.
I'm going to give him something. But yeah, the trouble that we used to get into, we just keep it tight now. We still on the radar.
I'm just messing with him.
We still on the radar,
I'm just messing with him, Stacey. Can I have fun? She fired me last week and I came back.
I'm firing you this week, but show her.
Yeah.
You want to end the show now?
Well, you can catch me, find me at everything, Facebook, Instagram, Benny Pitts, Instagram, Benny_Pitts. I'm on Tinder. I'm on Christian Mingo as John the Baptist. I'm on, what else I'm on? I'm on Tinder. I'm on When Muslims Meet as Hot Salami Bacon. And
So, this guy.
And I think that's it. I think that's all.
So you off of Christian?
No, I'm John the Baptist now.
Okay.
Freddie Long, they put a spam on me. I was trying to show the ladies how long Freddie was. So they got me on spam. They reported me.
Oh, my.
Okay, and give yours again. We need some positive.
Aaron Cotterill Consultants is the real estate business. Aaron Fit Realtor is the IG.
Okay. And you can find me at The Real Stacey J, all social media. And thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. And you know what I always say, tell a friend to tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. And Benny might be back next week.
Peace.
The hottest music, R&B, hip hop, pop.
I still get you.
Reggae, EDM, indie, old school,
Side. Check it.
and sports talk.
Right here.
WorldStarHitRadio.com.